Okay, just got back home from testing the Yaris, and now we're going to work on the next one. Unfortunately, the Insignia was the last one coming in, and it's going to have to be the last one I'm going to work on for now. So we're going to work on this car. What is this? Is a Vauxhall Astra 1.6, yeah, the SW version. And let's gonna start this so we can move this to where the Toyota is. So 2012. Let me double check. 2011 Vauxhall Vectra, Vauxhall Astra 1.6, and the issue with this is gearbox related. Now let's gonna move the car, and then I will explain you exactly what is wrong. Well, we'll have to drive it first, but to see if he does exactly what I was told. Okay, and while my actually recording phone processes the X3 video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for a quick test drive with the Astra to see exactly what it does. And I'm not gonna take the phone with me, as you've seen it's processing the video, but I guess I go for a drive and I'll try to see what it does. So the complaint is that the car downshifts really bad. It jerks or something like that when it downshifts, apparently more on the lower gears. Now a quick thing is, I don't know if you guys remember this video here that I did some time ago, where we fixed a similar problem. Actually, it was for the same garage, and the guy literally asked, "Or can you program this one as well?" Obviously, the fact that you have the same symptoms doesn't mean it's the same problem. If it is the same problem, then obviously we will reprogram the gearbox. But apparently records is a very similar problem. It kind of jerks when it downshifts, and it doesn't downshift smoothly, and that's the issue. So I'm gonna go for a test drive, guys. I'm not gonna take the phone with me. I mean, I'm not gonna record it, but I'll take it. I'll take the phone, and if I need to stop and record a little bit, I will, but I'm not gonna record the trip, if that makes sense. But we're just gonna try to confirm the complaint and go from there. Okay, and I actually came back home to grab the phone because I really want to show you this. I mean, I could explain you exactly what he's doing, and I think you guys would understand, but I'm gonna try to see if it's possible to capture that. Oh, there we go. To capture this on camera. What the car does is, upshifts absolutely perfect, every single gear. Look, fine, he's smooth, no problems at all, going up. But when he's downshifting, it's really weird. It's nearly like, how to put it across, imagine a manual car, and when you go from a higher gear to a lower gear, when you release the clutch, you have that sort of slowing down as the clutch obviously clamps into the engine. Obviously you have that sort of resistance as the engine holds the car. Now imagine if you do that, and when the engine is holding the car, imagine if you press the clutch again, don't engage any gear, and release it again, and you have that sort of jerk. You would be doing it twice, yeah? Obviously if you're driving really smooth you can avoid that, but if you are like sort of driving a little bit more enthusiastically, let's say, you can feel that. So I'm gonna every time you reduce, look, you can't really, I don't know if you can feel it when it downshifts. It's like if it does, how to explain you this? So it's really easy to understand, but it's a little bit tricky to explain. So as I was saying, so when you downshift a gear on a manual car, if you go like slowing down a little bit faster, when you release you put a gear down, you release the clutch, and the car kind of jerks a little bit, not jerks, it kind of slows down. So now imagine when you do that, imagine if you press the clutch, or obviously that resistance will go away, then you release the clutch again on the same gear, and the car would do that thing again. So, and basically what it does every time you downshift, pretty much every gear, it does that. It does that sort of, you feel that sort of twice as it looks like the gearbox or the gear is engaging, then disengages, then engages again. Literally is what it feels like, but it's only when you downshift. Other than that, seems to drive really nicely. Let me go around here, and I'm gonna now try to drive back home and try to show you, see if you can feel the car doing it. It does it as well. So it does that when you downshift, just driving normal. But if I'm driving, for example, on a 4th gear, and I put my foot down a little bit more, so if I press the accelerator a little bit more and the car needs to downshift, when it downshifts, it does exactly the same thing. That sort of double pulse, as if it's engaging the gear, then disengages the gear, then engages the gear again. Literally is what it feels like. But it doesn't feel like it's engaging and disengaging the gear. Like, it feels more like if it's engaged the gear, then it looks like if you press the clutch and then you release the clutch again and engages again. That's how it feels like. I don't know how well I'm explaining this, but I'm hoping I'm explaining well enough for you guys to understand. So let's gonna try to do this. I'm gonna allow him to go to a higher gear. Okay, so now I'm gonna press the accelerator and I'm gonna force the car to downshift 1 gear. Well, he hasn't done it now. He hasn't done it now. Oh, he did it now. Now he did. Oh, have you seen I don't know if the camera is showing this. Now I'm gonna turn here. Oh, look, have you felt that? Oh, you haven't felt, but I don't know if the camera captures this sort of jerking, maybe as the camera shakes. Let me try one thing here, which is driving. Yeah, if you drive in manual mode, if you wish. So I've changed this to manual mode, it does the same. So this is the opposite, so 3rd gear, 4th gear, 3rd, yeah, there we go. Have you felt that? Okay, so it does the same in manual, and now I'm not going to record anymore with this phone because this phone records on a different resolution and the videos are way bigger in space, in size, and then it's going to take too much room on the other phone. So, but yeah guys, but that's what it does. Hope that makes sense, what I've explained to you. I'm not going to do anything else today. It is the missus' birthday today, 20th of May. So yeah, we have something to do now, but yeah guys, that's what it does. So I'm not going to do anything else today, but I guess I'll see you not tomorrow because it's Sunday, maybe Monday, and we're going to see what we're going to do. Maybe scan the car first and try to go from there. Okay, and this is not a day or 2 days later. This is actually like a week later. I haven't touched the car ever since. It's been really busy with that one, as you might gonna see. Right, so let's go and do a quick scan and see if there's anything here that can help us. Okay, so let me see if we have any codes on our transmission, and this is no good. There's no codes on the transmission. Let me see just which Let me see, it doesn't say anything. Just to make sure that so this is the original flashing 2011. So it's never been programmed. That's the correct VIN number, so that's good. And just go into the engine control module, see if there's anything. So it looks like the car is doing this, but it's not detecting any problems. So it's like if it's normal. Let me see if there's anything. Okay, so I think we're gonna do this, and I'm not sure what is gonna happen. So transmission, service, fast learn. Don't know. I don't know the background, so we're gonna try this. If it doesn't work, we might have to try to flash the ECU, see if this is a similar problem to the other one I've done in the past, and we'll go from there. Okay, and second time, same result. So let me try the next best thing I can think of. Okay, battery is charging, and one of the things I've noticed is that this gearbox looks pretty clean for a gearbox that is here for 20 years on a car. Literally is really cleaned. I don't know, something seems odd, but it might be just me. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, battery is charging. I already paid for a 2-hour subscription on Service Box, so I just need to press that button to activate the programming software, and once I activate that, I have 2 hours to use it until it expires. And this costed me, how much I paid for this? 60 quid for 2 hours, or I think it's 50 something pounds plus VAT, which goes up to about 60 odd pounds. I will leave a link in the description below to this website in case if you guys are interested. Once you're registered, you don't need to pay anything. You only need to pay for whatever you want to use. Last time I used this was on that other Vauxhall Astra that we flashed, and now I'm doing it again. So yeah, so let's gonna do it. I'm not gonna take you through the lot. I've showed you on the other video. I'll leave a link in the description below for that video as well in case if you guys are interested. So I'm not going to take you through the lot. This is just basically SPS programming. Once I press that, it's going to download everything online, and you just follow the instructions. No rocket science. Yeah, as I said, it's just SPS programming. So we're going to do it, and then I guess I'll be back when we are about to finish and to see if that changed anything. So just a quick one, as I showed you. As soon as you press the SPS programming, it brings you to this menu here. As you can see, is like it is online, and from here you have access to all this information. Okay, another quick thing I'm going to tell you is while we have access to this, I've just went to the RPO codes. You put the VIN number and it gives you everything about the car. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to save this just in case if we need any of these later on. While we are here, we're going to save this as a print file. There we go. And now we're going to save this file. Okay, that's all we're going to do. It's just in case if we need it. Okay guys, what a nightmare. So I'm going to do a quick recap here. This is actually the following day. It's now about nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm working nights today. So my afternoon nap is out of the window, but I had endless problems. So to start with, the laptop that I've used last time to do this procedure, it wouldn't do it. It would do everything, but then when was to open the SPS program, would fail to open. I've cleared the cache. I've cleared the cache of Java. I was using the same Java. I tried 2 or 3 different versions of Java. Nothing would work. I spent about an hour try with that laptop. I've tried other laptops that I have with different operating systems. That was running XP, which is a quite old operating system. Now I tried with Windows 7. I tried another one with Windows 10, different versions of Java. Again, nothing would work. In the meantime, I don't know why, 40 minutes before the 2 hours was elapsed, the session ran out. So I got in touch with the guys at Service Box. They referred me to get in touch with T's Help Online, which is, they gave me the email. So I sent an email this morning, sent them the screenshots I had. They very kindly, they gave me another 2 hours session. I didn't have to pay for them. And the guy kind of gave me a few options of what to do. But before I actually enabled this session, because once, so they gave me the 2 hour session, but the session doesn't start until you press Start SPS. And what I didn't want to do was go through that and then it wouldn't work again. So I said to the guy, look, I'm going to do a fresh installation of Windows 10, which is this computer here, and I'm going to install, not the latest. The guy said to me, didn't have to be the latest. I said, I'm going to install a fresh Windows 10 installation, which I just did on this laptop. With, I believe I'm running Java 7 update 79, if I'm not mistaken, which is the same that I was running on Windows XP on the other laptop. But for some reason, it's now opening on that laptop. But now it worked, so we are all back on. I still have about an hour in. I think I've started that about 20 minutes ago. Obviously, on this laptop, he had to download loads of stuff and install everything that he needs to do this procedure. But as you can see now, we are all, there's a little bit of glare, isn't it, on this laptop. But yeah, we are all rolling. I was just going through the selections of what to select. Guys, I was absolutely peed off. I'm so happy, though, that they allowed me to... or they gave me another 2 hours free, because I've wasted those 2 hours for absolutely nothing. So it's communicating with the car. Yeah, so we are using the Vauxhall J2534. So guys, I want to be a little bit concentrated on this. So it's just following the steps. It's not rocket science. We're just gonna follow steps, and there we go. So it got the VIN number. Now we're going to press next again. Now it's going to show me what do I want to update. I can update the entire car if I want. I'm going to go down K71, which is transmission control module. Programming, normal. Going to go next. What a nightmare, guys, literally. I was so peed off yesterday when I start to see the time running out. Okay, so this description of the update doesn't really says anything about, so maybe this gearbox is a different gearbox, but this is the only, so current software update is that one. So it's definitely okay, so it's definitely 242.608.21, okay, and then transmission calibration, as you can see, is a higher version, blah 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 blah. So it's the only one available. So we're gonna press next, and it's gonna start to do the procedure. There we go. So the calibration is gonna start shortly on this bar. The download is already completed from the server. And now we start the reflash. Okay, so I'm gonna do this reflash. I'm gonna take the advantage that I have the car here, and I'm gonna go through, and I have this session. I'm gonna go through everything else that I might have updates available, and we're just gonna do some other updates. And that's it. I do apologize for the glare, guys. But yeah, I must say I was really pleased with the help from, I think it's T's Online. Hold on a minute, because if I go to my mobile phone, I can actually tell you what the address is. But the address is just the UK, what is the thing? So email, so is T's Help Desk, so is tis@opel.com. Obviously they found my account on Service Box, so they could see that the session has expired earlier and all that good stuff. So obviously everything was genuine, guys. We're not trying to do anything sketchy here. Right, that's done. Look at that. Action completed. The control module has been updated, and that's it. So now I'm going to go through other modules, try to update as much as I can while I have this session available, and then we'll have to give you a test drive and see what happens. It's curiosity, as you go through the modules, module by module, you start to get this sort of stuff, which means in 10 years or 11 years, they never released any other softwares for these particular modules. In this case was for the parking sensors. I think it was the parking sensors I was trying to do. Let me have a look. Yeah, parking assist control module. So that was the one. I think I'm going through the list. Steering, electric steering, the same. No updates. So yeah, we're just going to carry on through the list and see how many we can do. Okay, another quick note here, guys, for you that might be wondering in doing this in the future. If you want to do the engine control module, you need the pin code of the car, which I've just used the IM608 to extract that pin. So I now have the pin of the car, but you need that to update at least. And I think immobilizer modules and stuff like that, BCM probably, you might need this pin code as well. Another thing I will capture here, because I keep remembering this thing as I go along. So there's another thing, guys, that you need to be careful when you do this. So on this last screen, when it tells you the action is completed, blah, 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 at the end, if there's anything mandatory that needs to be done, is... Okay? So that is what you need to do, okay? Okay, and there we go. Engine ECU is completed. Let's gonna move into the next one. Okay, guys, and unfortunately I only have another, so my session will end at 17:17 and I have about 10 minutes left, so I'm not gonna risk to update anything else with 10 minutes left, purely because the radio, I had issues with updating the radio. The update failed halfway through, and that's a 20 minutes nearly update time, so I had to restart the update of the radio, which in the end was successfully. But yeah, it was one of those red box saying the update failed. It was a little bit scary, but yeah, it was a long update that took me to do that. I think the only couple modules I haven't done yet is the airbag module, and I think the cluster, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to leave it. I think I updated everything else from, or everything else that had updates available. Engine, transmission, radio. What else? Can't remember now. But anyway, so... Hello. So yeah, so now what we're going to do is put everything away and go for a test drive, see how it drives. Okay, guys, we're going to go for a quick drive, see how the thing drives. To be honest with you, based on the description of what the update was for, I don't think that has fixed anything, but we're gonna have to go and test it. At least the owner is not gonna be able to say I haven't tried, because we definitely tried. So yeah, we're gonna go for a quick drive and see what happens. Okay. So far I didn't go into a situation where I can tell yet, but I think I'm gonna turn right over there and I'll be able to see what he does. So let me turn here. He hasn't done nothing here. Did he okay? Hasn't done nothing here when I put my foot down to downshift, to force the car to downshift. So actually, let me carry on. try manual. So in 4th gear, 5th gear. Let me drop to 4th. Let me try 3rd. He hasn't done that here now. Let me try slow down. Let me try not really sure. It looks better, but it's a little bit difficult to tell. It definitely looks better. I can't feel that kind of double punch, if you know what I mean. I definitely have not felt the way it was before, because before you could really feel that sort of double. It was like if the clutch was engaging twice, as I explained at the start of the video. Back to auto. Guys, I don't want to make this too long, so I'm just gonna drive and I'll tell you my verdict at the end, what I think. I'm definitely not feeling it as bad as it was before. The rest, I'm not sure if it's just the way the car is. It's definitely not the smoothest car downshifting, but not 100% sure. It's definitely better, I can assure you. That sort of double is not doing that double punch anymore that I was doing. So maybe it might be a partial fix. I guess I'm gonna have to eventually get the owner to drive it and to tell me what he thinks, because obviously he drives the car every day, so we all know better than me. But see, I forced it to downshift now, and it downshift absolutely perfect. So see, downshift okay here again. So I forced the 1 gear down, it's fine. Now let me force it to downshift again. Okay, 2 gears up now. Let me do down. I'm not sure. I was nearly keen to say it is fixed, and the software update definitely did something to the gearbox that obviously, I don't know how many software updates were launched for this gearbox. That was obviously the latest one. I don't know if it was previous software updates that would tackle other things, but in there only showed me the latest one. I'm not 100% sure. Never digged into it too much. Maybe some of you more clued with SPS will be able to tell me. But so 50, 60 miles per hour. Let me force it to downshift now. It's definitely not kicking anymore. I can guarantee you that it's not kicking as it was before. That's 100%. It's definitely not kicking the way it was. I would say it's fixed. I actually would say it's fixed. I remember here when I would, I think I'm on 3rd gear now, 4th. Yeah, completely. No, it is better, 100%. It is 100% better. Okay guys, so I think I'm gonna deem this as fixed. It's definitely, I'm not gonna say it's the smoothest car downshifting. It's not, it upshifts way smoother, but he's definitely not doing that kicking anymore. I can guarantee you he's not. It was literally like a double punch on the clutch. Obviously this is automatic, but it was like literally on a manual car. It's like if when you downshift and you are holding the car with the engine, it's like if you put a gear down, you release the clutch, and obviously you have that sort of jolting as the car holds, as the engine holds the car, and then it was like if you'd press to release it and then would release the clutch again to hold the car again. It was like that sort of double punch. It was really weird. He's definitely not doing that now, so I'm not going to really waste more time with this. If you're still not happy with it, with the way it is now, to be honest with me, to be honest with you, I think the car is quite drivable. I wouldn't be too bothered if. To me, it's okay. To be honest with you now, if the guy's not happy, I think he's gonna have to go to the route to get the gearbox out. Maybe an oil change will help a little bit as well. If this is the original oil. If the gearbox hasn't been replaced, as I said, it looks a very clean gearbox to be a gearbox here for the last 10 years, or 11, and the car is now 70,000 miles. But you never know, it might be that is the original box. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to waste more of your time nor my time, because I need to go to work. So with no further ado, guys, I just hope you enjoyed the video. Hope that you have learned something. If you do still have any questions, any comments, guys, you know exactly how it works. Just put them below, right there below in the comments. And like always, thanks for watching.